This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We've got 3 different podcasts we'll release in the next day or two. One of those is this one, 5 stories that we're following today. One of them is FOMO, the fear of missing out, NVIDIA, and sticking to your investment plan. And the third one is developing next generation leaders, the core to any business. So, and we'll talk about that in the context of the remote workplace and the hybrid workplace as well. First, let's talk about sort of 5 business stories that we're following today. The first business story is this, which drove me to the NVIDIA FOMO and allocation plans, is the market surged yesterday and NVIDIA surged. NVIDIA is closing in on $2 trillion in market value. In fact, it passed that this morning. And the markets are up again today. So that's NVIDIA rock and rolling. The market's hitting records, the S&P hitting records. Just amazing what's happening there with NVIDIA and with the markets. Second, Vice Media essentially shutting down publishing and laying off hundreds. So many lessons here about taking on debt, about hiring so many people and not staying lean, but they're making fundamental changes in how they do business, and there's a lesson there for all businesses in what you do. Third is another scary lesson. Teladoc, which was a COVID darling, bought Livongo at a crazy price, merged together and so forth, has dropped 27% this week. Shares plummeted after the company posted weaker than expected results. Lots of articles out there on this. One of them I read this morning on Motley Fool, one I read on Motley Fool, one I read on Yahoo Finance. So that's 3 so far. Fourth, Laura Dyrda on Becker's Healthcare reports hospital margins improving significantly. IU Health, which showed losses just a year or 2 ago, reports $1.1 billion in net income in 2023, and that's without the help of Bobby Knight. And that's a joke, of course. Bobby Knight was the famous basketball coach at IU. But also note, Molly Campbell writes an article, The Dual Realities of Healthcare Finance, that there's very much winners and losers. The big systems, the big elite systems are really doing well. Some community hospitals, some rural hospitals really struggling. The 5th story we're following today, and I find it fascinating, is the EV makers getting crushed. Rivian, Lucid Motors, Rivian down 26% yesterday, Lucid down 16+% yesterday. Rivian stock tanked after essentially 4th quarter results and production and profit forecasts that just missed Wall Street expectations. So just a debacle. Those are 5 of the core business stories we're following today. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Anytime you have a suggestion, text Scott Becker 773-766-5322. Would love to visit. If you're the first person that texts after listening to 5 stories we're following today, I'll send you a $100 Amazon gift certificate. Thank you so much for listening.